girl got rejected by her love and she took revenge in the most amazing way. But before we start, please make sure to subscribe to m&rtv and hit the bell so you never miss any upload from us. Also, leave a like right now. What do you do when you face rejection? Sink down in despair, lose confidence, and take help of alcohol to overcome the pain, right? Or you just let it go? Well, there are some who take to another way. Rachael proposed her longtime crush and got her offer turned down just because of her weight, but the girl, instead of regretting her decision, she decided to make the boy regret rejecting her. Rachael Hefner is a native of Indianapolis who also happened to be an easygoing and funny girl. Though the girl had to hear a lot because of the ever-increasing weight, she never took them to heart. However, her weight indeed became an issue for her when she reached college. The girl weighed at 285 pounds at her heaviest. Rachael had been gaining weight since she was a child. Her parents used to go out on duty, leaving the little girl in the house with all the eating stuff. There was no one who could put a limit on her eating frequency and quantity for that matter. To make it worse, Rachael lost her mother to death when she was only 7 years old. The child slipped into grief, which in turn made her gain more weight. Rachael, who was too small to find a proper way to deal with the loss of her mother, began to find solace in food. No one had ever educated her about the healthy food and nutritious, and as her mother had gone forever, there was no one who could tell her what to eat and what not. Moreover, now there was no one who could fill her with healthy foods. So she began to satiate herself with whatever she could find easily, i.e., junk foods, chips, sugary snacks. And not to forget soda. Not only that, the girl had grown used to gorging upon a large portion of food in her meal. After entering the teenage, she realized she had gained a lot of weight, and she needed to cut down some. She even tried to keep some check on her eating habits, but she could not get on with it for a longer time. Soon she found herself craving for potato chips and soda. To put it bluntly, the girl was addicted to fizzy drinks. She used to finish most of her drinks in one day. For instance, she used to drink upon for large bottles of Sprite, Coca-Cola, Mountain Dew, and more. By the time she reached the end of her teenage life, she was weighing at 300 pounds. No doubt, Rachael was very worried about the status of her health. Like every other teenager, she'd wanted to look perfect, but her weight did not help her with it. However, her college friends would never judge on that, and that is why for some time she forgot to worry about her weight. This was the only good thing in her life, but soon she was going to get her rude awakening. She even started liking going to her college more when she met a boy who took her heart away when she met him for the first time. In no time she had completely fallen for him. Eventually, Rachael mustered up all her courage and asked him out. It was perhaps the worst mistake she had made in her life. The boy rejected her proposal. The reason he gave was that the girl was too heavy to be taken out and be seen with. She said, "I liked him and he didn't like me. He made it known that it was because of the way that I looked and that he wasn't attracted to me because I was heavier." Despite the fact that the girl had a cool and lovable personality, the boy gave more value to her looks. Clearly, the only thing that the boy wanted was a pretty and a slim girl. Unfortunately, Rachael was too heavy to be qualified as his girlfriend. No need to say, being rejected on the basis of looks had shaken her to the core. Though the girl was sad, she decided to take the rejection as a challenge. She was going to make the boy regret his decision. Well, there came the new year that gave her an opportunity to put her goals into action. She began with making a New Year's resolution. She aimed to lose weight as much as she can and to lead a healthier life. Thereafter, she bought herself running shoes. On the next day, she threw all the junk food she had into the trash. The girl had made up her mind. She was going to lose 139 pounds. Yeah, you heard it right. It was half of her body weight. Initially, the girl found some difficulty in fitting herself into her brand new healthy routine. No need to say her body that had become addicted to the sugar that she used to get from the soda now had been deprived of that. Her body was craving badly for that. But Rachael was determined to break down. Instead of going back to her old love soda, she substituted it with Gatorade. Her efforts had started making difference. Rachael had started noticing the benefits of her new lifestyle that made her more confident about her decision. She went a step ahead and began making her own meals at home, whereas her friends would rely on taking out or food available in the canteen. Not only that, she also started buying ingredients with utmost care. Rachael made sure she takes only fresh ingredients home. And after that, she would make food for herself. Along with that, she also reduced her normally portion sizes in half. Even though her belly yearned for more food, she did not budge. As a result, Rachael started to feel hungry all the time. She felt as if her stomach was not full and always wanted something to eat. Surprisingly, the girl who once could not stand hunger was dealing strongly with all these problems. Yeah, sometimes when her hunger would make her stomach churn, she would prefer snacking on vegetables and fruits. To fill her stomach, she would flood it with water. In just a few months, Rachael noticed that her stomach was deflating. It was time for Rachael to take her fitness mission to the next level. She decided to hit the gym to attain her further goal. She had bought the membership of the same gym where her roommate used to go. She started off with walking on a treadmill and soon got herself acquainted with all the instruments and exercises. In no time, cardio and weightlifting got included in her routine. Call it the result of her workout, the girl soon got her weight dropped down to 145 pounds. And everyone noticed the change in him. Rachael was nothing like before. Her friends, teachers, and classmates could not recognize her in the first glance. Moreover, the boys could not help but flirt with her, and Rachael was enjoying her new look thoroughly. But there was one more thing left that she had to do. There was a big line of boys who confessed their love to her, but Rachael still had her eyes stuck on the boy who had rejected her. Surprisingly, the boy who had said no to her in the past came back to her this time. The boy asked her out, and that was exactly the moment Rachael was waiting for. He finally said those words that Rachael wanted to hear, and when he did, well, she simply turned him down. Her answer not only surprised the boy, but it came as a surprise for the girl also. However, she felt very happy. The boy even apologized to Rachael for treating her in a wrong way, but it was too late. Now, Rachael had another goals to pursue. As they say, everything comes with positive as well as negative side. No doubt, Rachael was extremely happy on achieving her target. So soon, but with that, she noticed that her skin was sagging, especially of the stomach area. It was a big issue. If goes unchecked, it can pose a big medical challenge for the lady. She put her problem in the public domain by recording a video of her showing her saggy skin and posting it on Facebook. She intended to raise funds in order to remove the extra skin. The luck was definitely on her side, as she successfully gathered enough money in a few weeks only to get rid of unwanted loosening skin. Now she had enough money to undergo a surgery, but she was well aware of the fact that the skin removal surgery was not free of risks. So, before going under the knife, she planned on making herself fit enough to undergo that. She did a lot of research and gathered that one way to regain one's health post-surgery quickly is to build one's abdomen stronger as much as one can. Once again, she took help of Jim to prepare herself and her muscles for the surgery. Finally came the day of surgery. Rachael was ready to undergo knife with her strong muscles. This was going to be the final stage of her weight loss mission. And before getting it over with, Rachael learned one more truth about her. Just a few days before going for the surgery, Rachael decided to weigh herself for the last time with her saggy and piling skin. She was in for a big surprise. The girl learned that her weight had dropped down to 130 pounds. And with the excessive skin gone, it was going to be even lesser. Rachael was on a ninth cloud. She waited impatiently for the surgery to take place. Everything was falling into place for Rachael. The surgery was a success that gave Rachael a brand new look. The goal was achieved and the journey was made. But as we believe that end in itself is the beginning. Though her weight loss journey had ended, it opened a new path for her. Now was the time for her to think about her professional life. And after thinking a lot, she finally understood what she wanted to be. The surgery had prohibited her from undertaking any difficult activity that made her put her plans on halt. She commenced an exercise routine that pushed her lost journey towards strength-building ones. She began by taking a gentle walk on the treadmill and soon graduated to do other hard exercises. It took her only 2 months to get her body transformed completely. Change is inevitable and nobody can testify to that than Rachael. She is a completely different person from what she used to be some years ago. Not only has the transformation taking place in her physical structure, but she has grown stronger mentally too. Now, the woman does not hesitate from wearing bikinis. She flexes her muscles and makes those people who questioned her wonder about how wrong they were. Though it was difficult, the journey was full of new and exciting experiences for her. For the first time in her entire life, she donned a bikini in a competition. It came as an opportunity for her to flaunt all her hard work to her family, friends, and of course her doubters. The woman became an inspiration for all the women who want to shed off extra weight. Rachael managed to be one of the best in her field. She even participated in some of the competitions and conquered the first prize. Interestingly, Rachael earned several titles including Novice Physique, Open Physique, Novice Figure, Miss Indiana, and Novice Figure. Well, there is one more award that came up. She'd won the award for the best new competitor. So as they say, behind every successful person is someone hardworking for their success. She said, "I thought I was serious before I met Adam." She continued, "But I feel like even in the year and a half that I've known him, my mental state has changed completely." Adam helped her not in building the body but also in the building of her confidence. Rachael talks about the doubts she still has in her. She opens up, "I still had doubts," she added further. "I believed in myself, but I still had doubts in myself." Well, this is normal for someone who did not have any fitness background to get gripped by nervousness and doubts. Luckily, she met Adam when she needed someone to pull her out of the doubts and confusions. The man was working at Arc Fitness at the time his path crossed with Rachael's. She recalls, "When I met him, he was the only person I ever met that asked me my goal. And he was like, 'Okay, let's do it.'" Both of them became very good friends, and because of that, Rachael would spend a large fraction of her time at Arc Fitness. Soon, the naive Rachael became pro, and after she won many awards, the gym offered him a position as a trainer. Rachael is still associated with Arc Fitness as a director of operations. Adam, on the other hand, admired her. "She's one of the most committed competitors I've ever had the privilege to coach. I'm just amazed, and I couldn't be more proud of what she's accomplished." Adam has always shown confidence in him when Rachael felt drained. He believed in her from the very beginning, and he knew that all he has to do is to help her take another step. Adam said, "It was very emotional, especially for me, because I've been there. I've been there from the very beginning. I've seen that change from the very beginning, where she said she would never get on stage, to the mindset that it took to change other people and love herself." Rachael has always asserted on loving one's own self. She explained, "Love yourself today, because at the end of the day, you're all you have. You're number one, and if you're happy with yourself and doing you, everyone else will follow. Winning attracts other winners." Moral of that, surround yourself with great people. The fit lady also uproots for preservation. She believes those who never give up are the one who win ultimately. She said, "The reward of helping people, inspiring people, getting up on stage and doing something that I love, that I had no idea I loved until I did it. That's my reward." At the same time, she criticized dieting. She said, "You can't eat healthy your whole life and deprive yourself of things. Food is meant to be enjoyed. It's not meant to be feared. It's not about that. You have all the power over food. Food has no power over you." Rachael also put light on her presumption that when she was young and overweight, she thought she would die before crossing 25. And when she made up her mind to lose weight, her father did not believe her at all. He replied, "I'll believe it when I see it." To which Rachael responded, "Okay, I'm going to prove you wrong." Well, the woman is very thankful for her crush that rejected him, as because of him she decided to lose her weight. She expresses, "I'm glad he rejected me. I actually thanked him for it, as he was the reason I was able to get to the size I am today. And there's no point holding grudges." She even told him that he was the reason why she could manage to come so far. She stated, "I also told him that he was the reason I started losing weight," which really shocked him, and he apologized for what he said when we were younger. So people, here is the inspiration for all those people who have the willingness to do something but not are motivated enough.